village, near the forest. Whenever she went out, the little girl wore a Red Riding cloak, so everyone in the village called her Little Red Riding Hood. One morning, Little Red Riding Hood asked her mother,
Mother, can't I go to visit my grandma?
That's a good idea, my dear.
So they packed a nice basket for Little Red Riding Hood to take to her grandmother.
Don't play, and please, don't talk to strangers.
Don't worry, Mommy.
But when Little Red Riding Hood noticed some lovely flowers in the woods, she forgot her promise to her mother.
Ah, what a beautiful flowers!
Suddenly a wolf appeared beside her.
What are you doing, little girl?
I want to see my grandma. She lives in the forest.
Little Red Riding Hood rushed to her grandmother's house. The wolf, in the meantime, took a shortcut, arrived at Grandma's house, and knocked lightly at the door.
Oh, thank goodness, dear. Come in, come in. I was worried sick that something had happened to you in the forest.
The wolf let himself in. Poor Granny did not have time to say another word before the wolf gobbled her up.
Oh, I'm sleepy. I will put on a nightgown and I will wait for that little girl.
A few minutes later, Red Riding Hood knocked on the door. The wolf jumped into bed and pulled the covers over his nose.
Who is it?
It's me, Little Red Riding Hood.
Oh, how lovely. Do come in, my dear.
When Little Red Riding Hood entered the little cottage, she could scarcely recognize her grandmother.
Grandma, your voice sounds odd. Is something wrong?
Oh, I have a cold.
But Grandma, what big eyes you have?
The better to hear you is, my dear.
But Grandma, what big eyes you have?
The better to see you is, my dear.
But Grandma, what big teeth you have?
The better to eat you is, my dear.
The wolf roared and jumped out of the bed and began to chase the little girl. She ran across the room and through the door, shouting,
Help! Somebody help! Please me!
A woodsman who was chopping logs nearby her cried and ran towards the cottage as fast as he could. He grabbed the wolf and made him spit out the poor grandmother.
Oh, Grandma, I was so scared. I never speak to strangers.
There, child. You have learned an important lesson. Thank goodness you shouted loud enough for this kind woodsman to hear you.
The woodsman knocked out the wolf and carried him deep into the forest where he would not bother people any longer. Little Red Riding Hood and her grandmother had a nice lunch and a long chat.